All right, hello everybody. Hope you guys have been enjoying your week. Um, like I said, I would get a video out. We're going to go on Division 2 because there has been so many newer updates on Division 2 lately. So I figured we would get on Division 2 and see what's jumping. See what all's new, um, see what these classified assignment updates are, as well as I am going to talk a little bit about some stuff that I have been doing. I've been trying to work hard to get some stuff done. Of course, I've been putting shorts up. I've been trying to do well with that. Of course, you keep seeing constant shorts going on the channel. Every Thursday, I am going to continue with doing what I do of like 8 or 8:30 with a live show. That is not going to stop. I'm sorry if I'm putting up a bunch of shorts. I don't try to do that too much, but I have been doing a lot of that because I have been busy working around my house, making sure my house got tidied up. So, you know how that goes. When you got a lot of that, you're trying to just pop as much as you can on the channel so that way your viewers have plenty to watch. But I should be able to get back in swing with recording videos like this and back into the schedule of the 8 to 8:30 show, and for us to talk for longer hours. I'm trying to have the show go longer than like 2 hours long. I do take meds to help me sleep. Recently I've had a lot of issues with my back. Now I found out medically that my back is getting worse. So I have been looking into medical treatments for that. But rest assured, I have been working hard on the channel. I have been making sure that, like you see, content's going up there. So I am getting content up there. I'm getting stuff placed and all that. So at least you guys are seeing content going up there. So it's not like nothing isn't going up there, because I'm getting stuff put up there as well. So hope you guys have been enjoying the weather. Hopefully wherever you guys are from, that you tune in from, that you've had some decent weather and been able to get out and do stuff as spring is around, besides doing spring cleaning wherever you're from. If you're not a fan of spring cleaning, you could sure as heck come in and tell me that, because I don't know anybody that would be a fan of spring cleaning. Spring cleaning's not always fun, but you all know when you got to do spring cleaning, you got to do spring cleaning. So, but hey, at least I got mine basically done. I had some help from my girl's son, so I'm grateful for help that I have had. It's made a difference, and at least I've had help to get my son motivated, because he's not the easiest one to motivate in the world to try and get stuff done, but at least I've managed to have help to get him motivated to do stuff in his room. So, but like I said, I've been so excited because I keep seeing all these games constantly that continue to drop, and it's so insane. The way they keep dropping them. Some are rumored, some are speculation. Of course, and you guys know how speculation or rumor is. Like, they'll say, oh yeah, it's going to drop. or sometimes don't take this seriously, because it's, it could be speculation on something. This might not be legit enough. It might not, come to fruition. It might not be something that would release, because not all the time. You're not always going to get a game that's going to release. So I don't always believe it's going to release. Usually I try to be saying this, like, I'll say it would be nice to have it release. It would be cool if it was to happen. And if it does, then so be it. It drops. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I just try to say it would be cool, And the thing is, like, I also say this too, like, a lot of these games that keep getting slated for 2026, I believe that we need games to also be spaced for 2027, 2028. Now, yeah, 2028, you're probably saying, top gamer, you're probably saying, dude, you're nuts thinking 2028. Now, I'm not thinking 2028. I'm just saying that maybe to stretch it over those 2 years, because the thing is, you're jamming so much into 1 year. How is people going to be able to have non-stress wallets when you have how many games in 2026? How is everybody going to afford so many games in 2026 when bills are high and expensive? People that have houses, car payments, like, you think about everything people have to pay for, that the last thing you want to think about is, how am I going to pay for such cool games besides paying my bills? And that's the only reason why I say they need to kind of expand for 2027 and 2028. So this way, they have those 2 years to have people look forward to games in those 2 years as well. And then that way, if, say, there's games that are not quite ready, not quite done, it gives the developers a little more time, a little more leeway to kind of make sure that if things need buffered, if things need straightened out, then these developers have that chance to work on that. And they're not just trying to jam a lot on these developers, because it does take a lot to work on games. Now, yeah, some people say it might be a little bit simple and a little bit easy, but when you have a graphic design degree, and if you talk to somebody with a graphic design degree that knows how to work these engines, these graphical engines, they would tell you that when you go detail detail by detail, that it does take time of when you have to punch all this in, programming it, stuff like that does take time when you're going frame by frame and punching this into the database and having it prepared before you even hit the start button for it to create stuff. So it's all a process. That's one thing people don't get, is it's all a process, for these people that create this. I mean, yeah, it's nice to see the universe that is made, the worlds that's made for these games, but it's the detail, the time that it takes, that goes into it. Man, there's a lot that goes into it. I've seen a lot of this stuff. And I've seen how hard some of these devs work. when they're sitting there in front of the computer looking at it frame by frame, and breaking it down and doing detail work. Like, I've seen how they sit in front of the computer and they're focusing their eyes to the screen and watching how every little bit of detail and stuff has to get broken down. Like, I've seen all that. Now, I might not have seen all of it, but I've seen enough to know that these people do work hard on it. And there are people that are passionate about it. Now, not everybody might have that same passion or might not share that same sentiment about it, but there are people that do have that sentiment about the work that they put into it. So there are people that do have the sentiment behind it and how they're wanting to put their greatest work into what they do. So and I'll be looking forward, to what ends up coming and what ends up dropping in the next period of time with games and all that. Truthfully, I will be. And I'll be looking forward to it because we don't really know what's coming. All we can do is get excited as things come, as things drop. As games are announced and stuff like that. The showcase, the fan fest. It's awesome as far as that. Personally, not everybody would probably be as excited. As far as, the things that Asha Sharma's wanting to do going forward, I see her asking the hard questions. And questions that need to be asked. Questions that that we need answers to. Because when you think about all of the things that constantly have happened, like games that have turned out shoddy, games that haven't been getting made right. Like, you think about all these game titles that have flopped and have gone wrong, that I think it's time for games to start getting made right instead of games that are turning out half-baked and turning out to where they're not done to the fullest potential. Because all this graphical software that's available and wants to come that's going to be available, we are going to need to really start taking things on a more serious note. Because even when we get into that point in time where the newer consoles drop and the newer hardware comes, I really do think that we need to make sure that the landscape for game creation really starts to change. That it does. Because games cannot keep getting created halfway. You know, they need to start getting made to the fullest. I mean, if you're going to have these systems that are going to have such high grade chips in them, and you're going to have it be that way, that now, and if you want like true potential to be coming from Xbox, then it's time to lay out all your cards. It's time to put up or shut up about stuff, and seriously, to start taking stuff on a more serious note with your games. Assess your studios, take a look and see what is actually going on with your studios, see why a portion of them may not be creating things like they should. Make sure that everybody is all on the same page about stuff. You know, really start getting your crews and your people ready for the future, because companies are going to start changing in big ways of how things are going to start being done and needing to be done. Because especially if you're going to take your company through a brand new phase and getting new hardware, then yeah, it's definitely time to I mean, I think Xbox can really do it. And I think with Asher Sharma at the helm and other people getting on the same page and on board with her, that I really think that it can be done, you know? And I think honestly that it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of hard work, but of course, anything takes hard work to do. So, I'm busy, dear. I'm recording.
I'm ready to open the gate as soon as the area is secured.
Sorry about that, folks. I was just trying to tell my girl that I'm recording right now for my channel. But yeah, like I said, as far as those changes, basically, I mean, they're not really changes, but I will be trying to get back to the regular schedule. Or I will be trying to get back into like doing this or recording this. The reason why I got on Division 2 here was because they had released some other newer stuff. So I was hoping that I would run into that where I could check some of that newer stuff out. Because they were saying about newer updates that they had worked on. So that's why I was kind of hoping that I'd run into some of that stuff that was newer, so I could like check it out for you guys on the channel. So that's what I was kind of trying to run into, but I ended up doing a random mission because I didn't want to really sit around and be trying to wait to do something and all that for you guys. Because I've been trying to get content as much as I can on the channel, especially videos like this. Aside from doing a live show, a live interactive. So, most of all, if you guys want to come and join, you can come and join Thursdays where I do a live interactive show where you can come and join, have a conversation with me. We could chill, talk about games. Sometimes I'll just give thoughts and opinions about certain games I play. Like I even do that throughout my videos. Like I love Division 2. I've been playing this for a while, on and off. But I enjoy it because honestly, Ubisoft, sure, lots of people talk about behind the scenes how this company is ran. But when they make games and they do content for this, they don't let you down. Like they don't disappoint in the content they do for this. Because I've never been disappointed in any of the content that they have put for this game period. I have played their others as well. Now, I'm currently on a playthrough of Resident Evil, and I bumped it to another difficulty level. The difficulty level is like the classic Resident Evil. Standard classic Resident Evil is the level that I am playing Resident Evil at currently, and that's Resident Evil 9. I have not gone to the other Resident Evil Village. I was working on that one on the hardcore style of that one. So but when I started seeing little bits of some updates that they were talking about for Division 2, it kind of got me interested again in wanting to come back here and step into this again. So that's why I was like, yeah, let's step back into this. And I'm like, I'll post this on the channel and see what my viewers would think of this. See what they think about having some Division 2. Maybe if I run into something new, maybe you guys might want to see that. Same as when I put up the short about Twisted Metal being remake of Twisted Metal, because I didn't know if I had any audience members that could remember the original Twisted Metal that first came out. I know I remembered the original Twisted Metal because I had played that to death growing up. My grandma, she wasn't really like down with me playing certain games, but of course you know how we were always rebellious. If anybody that was born through like the mid 80s into the 90s, when it was games like that you always would play. But I had fun. Like, I got hours of enjoyment out of it when I played it. But I thought it was awesome when I saw that they're going to remake that one. I was like, yes. I'm like, I hope that they do well with it. And whoever takes it, I hope that whoever takes that does real well with it. Like, they bring it to a point that they don't disappoint. Because some companies that remake games, they don't always do it to the standards of making it look the way that it should. I mean, there's a difference between a awesome remake and then a remake that looks shoddy.
System back online.
Boom.
Sample secured. Prepare to exfil.
Copy that. Good work.
Portable canister detected nearby.
Losing control.
That helicopter took out the turbines. We're fucking stranded.
Wyvern, you need to exfil on foot right fucking now. We need those goddamn antivirals.
You want me to run away? I thought you knew me better than that.
In order, Wyvern. Wyvern, you copy.
Get on board the hovercraft and secure the rest of the antivirals. The support team will protect the cylinders.
So much for their ship being protected, huh?
Get those rocket launchers prepped.
Talk to me, Wyvern. What are you doing?
I'm gonna blow up the motherfucking White House.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Oh my goodness.
Cripple these assholes.
She's actually gonna blow up the White House.
Christ,
She's out of her mind.
Do whatever you can to prevent the launch of those rockets.
We gotta stop this woman. She's lost it.
Rocket launchers are loaded.
God damn it, Wyvern. Stand down.
Negative, sir.
I refuse. Here we go.
The fireworks. You won't be disappointed. Target locked. Initiating launch sequence.
Jesus Christ. Everyone, this is not a drill. We need to evacuate the building right now. Repeat, this is not a drill.
There's one thing I could say, chat. Talk about a woman on a warpath. She's a woman on a warpath with nothing to lose.
Rocket launch backup power activated. Launch sequence initiated.
I'm gonna remember killing you. It's been a while since I could say that about anyone. Come to save the day, huh? But you're a real goddamn hero. Enough small talk.
Rocket launch backup power activated. Launch sequence initiated.
Wyvern, come in. Wyvern. Fuck.
The antiviral cylinders are secure. We'll make sure they get safely extracted.
Sir, we've got enemy helicopters on approach. Should we knock them down? Negative. Hold your fire. Can't chance those cylinders getting destroyed.
Well, that's a bit of luck. Secure the antivirals and shut down a key black tusk.
Mission
Not to mention
accomplished.
preventing a rocket attack on the base of operations. Incredible work, Agent. Truly incredible. But there's still more to do.
Gotta take my medicine really quick.
An agent has left your group. An agent is no longer in your group. You have been promoted to group leader. You are no longer in a group. Safe area detected. Incoming backup request.
As we mentioned, I never a dull moment because just when I think that
Sounds like you've got company.
I get a moment where there's not going to be someone to help, somebody ends up inviting me. But anyway, like I said, you know, this game can be just as fun as any multiplayer game can be. So.
Check for a present at the drop site. Cook and Rose cook a little something up for you.
Yes, and I'm recording. Yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to get a recording in. Because tomorrow, got to take my son to the orthodontics. And he's not going to be a happy camper because he's got to get another bracket put in for his orthodontics. So, since he's got to get that done, that's why I figured I'd also do a recording tonight. Because you know how that goes. When you got stuff to do, like if you got to take your kids somewhere important and stuff like that, you got to do things in between. So that's why I'm doing this tonight, so that way you guys don't miss out. And so I have plenty of content on the channel. Like I said though, I would appreciate if you can help me out to promote the channel. You don't have to, you know, but it would help to make a difference. You know, just give it a like, a share, leave a comment, you know, let me know what you're thinking so far of the channel, all the stuff that gets posted up, you know, let me know what, you know, I don't care if you give it criticism, I don't care what you give it, you know, help me out, give me advice, you know, let me know what maybe might make it work better, what I could do to maybe improve it. Right now I know the camera work that I'm doing, of doing the recording and stuff, right now it's, the way I'm doing it is the way that I can only do it right now, because I don't really have like all of like a whole camera set up to be doing stuff, because you know, I have to do what is financially feasible. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing and doing it the way I'm doing it at the moment. So
If you want out of here, Lau, you're going to have to keep them away from Kilo.
Kick her ass, Agent.
Hostile striker drone detected.
Why do you let Isaac corrupt you with his bullshit?
Received.
Where do we go from here? President's dead, Congress is scattered. What happens when the entire chain of command is gone? Guess we'll find out. Agent, come back to base. We need to regroup.
you know, the good thing is I'm making progress as far as my season pass level up, so I guess that's a good thing, right, chat? I guess. mean, if I'm making progress as far as my season pass level up, because that's like the first, I think it's the first time I've made progress with the season pass level up since I've been doing this. But yeah, it's nice to be able to be doing this again on the channel for all of you. So, all of my viewers being able to put a recording out again in between everything. So, but I hope you guys are ready and geared up for spring and summer as the seasons come around. And they are coming around pretty quickly on us. So, but you know what? You know, fun times, right? It's about the best thing I can really say. I mean,
An agent has left your group. You have
person kicks me from the group. You see that, chat? A person ends up kicking me from their group, which I don't know why you end up doing that. Like, I find that kind of rude, if you ask me. Like, you know what though, guys? You know, honestly, as much as I've been doing this and even playing Division 2, I'm used to when players want to get that nasty or that rude with me to where they kick me out of their groups and stuff. And as sad as that is to say, you get used to it. Yeah, that you get used to when people do that. You know, you get used to the fact that people will do that out of nowhere on you.
They say that I'm love when I will feel the love.
I'd just say we go over to Resident Evil 9 and you guys can veg with me on that for the last bit of that, or the last bit of this, and we'll get some Resident Evil 9 content in. I don't want to just sit there and have you guys not have something. You know, even though we've done Resident Evil 9, you can join me for the level that I'm on for this, or the difficulty that I'm doing for this. And we'll see how long we can go at this. But yeah, like I said, you know, I'll be trying to get more frequent and get back to videos like this where we can do lengthier videos. Like I said, sometimes, you know, with my medications, I do get tired. And since I've been doing a bunch of housework, you know, for my inspection, that's where I've been so tired at. So once I end up being able to get a good sleep schedule going, I should be in better shape, and then we could start doing videos on a better basis, better schedule basis. So hopefully I can start getting back to something that's going to be better for us. So like I said, you know, I wanted to come on here, you know, and just bring you guys a little bit of extra content between Division 2 and Resident Evil 9 Requiem. And like I said, I'm doing this. If you see the difficulty, I'll show you the difficulty under load up. The difficulty is set to standard classic Resident Evil style. Now, I don't know what classic involves. Honestly and truthfully, I don't know what classic involves, like what kind of difficulty that really is. But I'll tell you what, I've had a little bit of some challenges along the way doing this, but it has been awesome because I've learned a few things too along the way with this. So it's been cool. And then I got this infinite knife along the way out of the deal. So it's been nice, truthfully. So, but I hope you guys have been enjoying your week. Hopefully you've made some time for gaming in between everything. Hopefully you guys have not been going too crazy with things in life, because I know sometimes we all can tend to have real life things get in the way sometimes, which I can understand that. I've had my fair share of that a time or two. But, you know, I try to also make time for fun. Because I also believe if you're not making time for some entertainment in your life, it doesn't help. So. Haha. All right. And see, what's cool on here is when you get to a particular point, or I should say a particular level, with your ammo, you can empty injector. What's good about when you reach that particular point, or I should say particular level, the stuff you can craft. Like, you can craft yourself a stabilizer, a steroid injector, and what's awesome is now, now I didn't know this, and you guys will probably be like, well, they're Top Gamer. Yeah, you can use those like fancy high-tech bullets for the Requiem. Well, I didn't know I could use those for the Requiem gun. And truthfully, I had to find that out on my own. But when I did, I was happy when I did, that I could use that for the Requiem gun. It did. It made me happier because it made it easier. So when I found that out, I was happy about that, because it made it easier, because I was able to shoot down the bigger guys, or the bigger guy, singing lady, and then those other injectors that I was getting, that I tried to use those on the zombies, but then I was like, no. I was like, hey, okay, I'm not going to use those on zombies. I'll use that on the bigger guys. So I used it on the thing I like to call the zombie blob man, all right? I call him the zombie blob man because only for the simple fact, kind of what he resembles, zombie blob man, whatever. have you. But that's what I call it. And that's what I was doing. I was using it on him to get him. And I was happy because it made it a lot easier. Plus, I don't know if you guys know the cook, the chef. That's what I also used on the cook. Because you can't sneak up behind the cook. So I was always trying to sneak up behind the cook. And I'm like, I can't sneak up behind this dude. Yeah, it's like almost dang near impossible to sneak up behind the cook. So I'm like, okay, I know what I'll do. Instead of sneaking up behind the cook, I'll go ahead and create Requiem bullets so I can just shoot the big dude down with the Requiem bullets. Because honestly, to bring the big dude down, I was able to notice that just shooting him with about 1 or 2 Requiem bullets, I was able to bring the chef down in 1 or 2 shots. And that made me happy. Because I was going and trying to do stuff the other way, the hard way about it. And I was like, I'm not going to keep trying to do things the hard way about this because, like, I can't keep doing the hard way about it and keep trying to go after the chef the hard way. I'll do it the simple way. See, like, there's that zombie roaming there. Now, the zombie, I can jab the zombie with a knife. But the cook, he's going to have to be taken down with the straight knife. Or not the straight knife, but the Requiem. Because that's the only way to bring him down is with the Requiem. So I have to wait until I get the chef. Because the chef, he's the one carrying the key. Okay, chat. This kind of worries me a little bit. Because now I don't know where the chef is. Good thing I put that thing down. guys. That's the thing. I got got to figure out where I'm going here, so I don't get lost. But you know, I've been enjoying this so much. This game here, you know, Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Even though I'm on this classic, standard classic, it's still been enjoyable for me. You know, I'm glad I was also running Division 2 for a little bit today. I still try to get on to that. And the reason why I do is because, you know, Division 2 is still a game that is going to stay with me for as long as I can keep going back to it. I do have 2 other Tom Clancy games too. Ghost Recon Wildlands is one of them. I'm trying to think of that other one I also was playing for a bit besides that. So, but you know, but I think, you know, we can all agree about something, chat, that we always have those go-to games that we always find ourselves going back to, ones that we claim that are our favorites. No matter how many times that we play others, but I do try to play variety. I was trying to get back to 2K25, the wrestling one, but the problem was I could not verify my email. Every time I tried to verify my email through 2K, it really irritated me because it would not let me verify it. Like, for the life of me, it would not let me verify it. And I was so irritable about that. Because I'm like, okay, you want people to play your games, but you mean to tell me that you cannot simply honor your game enough to where like, you can't honor your game enough to let a person verify their email through your servers. Like, a person wants to verify their email, but you continuously reject letting them do it. God dang. Whatever those zombies are Like whatever those things are, or whatever they transform into, dude, they transform into something. But what it is, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is that causes them to mutate. But it's almost as though the virus remutates itself and does that. Like, it's crazy.
Give me a fucking break.
All right, chat. Well, I'm just going to chill for the rest of the night. I'll wrap it up right here. But you guys take care and enjoy your week. Tune in tomorrow night. Between 8 to 8:30, I will have a live interactive show. If you guys want to come have a chit chat with me, you guys want to talk gaming, you want to talk about, any subject pretty much. I'll try to have a few topics about the possible remake of Twisted Metal. I'll try to also have a little bit of some talk about Too Fast, Too Furious, the Fast and the Furious games that are also possibly going to be coming out. I think it would be cool to see that come out with Vin Diesel and Paul Walker to especially honor Paul Walker. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the content that was provided. Like I said again, I don't twist your arm. If you guys want to share this, you guys want to click like, that is totally up to you. But most of all, every time that you do see this stuff go live, make sure your notification bells are always on all, because if not, the AI will switch it back for you. So you don't want that automatically being done. But most of all, like I always say at the end of my videos, Top Gamer out.